questioned God. I questioned my abilities. I just thought, hey you, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. If this is your first time here, hi, nice to meet you. My name is CJ, and if you're a returning subscriber, it's good to have you back. Today I really want to just talk about something that I notice affects most of us. I mean, some of us in our 20s, even those in their 30s. This is something that I've seen happen and people complain about on their stories, or even if they don't talk about it, it just happens. It's there. It has happened to me. It's happened to my friends, and it's something called feeling left behind, experiencing slow growth. We are currently in an internet age where everyone posts their achievements, their success. No one ever actually posts their failures. That's another thing entirely. But there's that thing where you go online and you currently see people, maybe your peers, people you've schooled with, people that you went to secondary school or university with. They're doing better, they're achieving this, they're going to college, they're doing their masters. They just keep achieving and achieving and achieving, and you just feel like you're not growing and things are just slow. You're experiencing slow growth. This is something that has currently been happening to me for a while. I mean, someone might look at me from outside and be like, oh my god, this girl has her shit together. She's currently uploading videos here and there. She's consistent. I mean, I am sometimes. And she just seems like she's achieving her goal. But the truth is, I am a creator, and as a creator, not success, but growth to me is increase in subscribers, engagement, likes, and speaking of subscribers, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. But yeah, that is a sign of growth. So imagine you're putting in all this effort to make these videos, you're putting in all this effort to create the right content, and nobody's seeing it, or 50 people were seeing it beginning of last year, and 50 people are still seeing it 1 year and 6 months later. That's what I would call slow growth for me. And the truth is, it's very easy for that to just stop you or make you just self-sabotage and just stop you from actually continuing to achieve your goals, if you get what I mean. So this happened to me, I think 2-3 weeks ago. I was trying to upload a YouTube video, right? And after uploading that video, it didn't get enough engagement. And I put in a lot of work. When I say a lot, I actually put in a lot of work. And this video wasn't seen, and it flopped. Yeah, it flopped. So I felt really, really sad because I saw another video, something really similar to what I did. And I'm not saying the video wasn't great, but I mean, I did good too. But that video had multiple views, a lot of engagement. It was doing better than my own. I wasn't in any way upset with that video, but I felt sad. And I want to tell you that it's okay. Number one, it's really okay for you to feel sad. I think there's this idea that, hey, I know it's not good to compare, I'm going to get to that, but it's okay for you to see something that you like or you want. Even though you're happy for that person, you're happy for, the person experiencing their growth. You might not even know the person, like, you're really happy that that person is there. It's okay for you to feel sad. It's not jealousy. It's just, I'm sad. I mean, I want to be there. I'm not there yet. I'm happy for you, but I want to get my own. That's okay. That's a normal feeling. It really messed with me because at some point I was like, why am I even creating these videos? Like, why am I still doing this? This is hard. Like, I need to stop. Like, what are these people doing that I'm doing differently? Like, I started questioning a lot of things in my life. I questioned God. I questioned my abilities. I just started doubting myself. And it took something to actually bring me out of that. And that is why I actually want to talk to you about things to do when you feel this way. If you're feeling left behind, you're feeling like you're experiencing slow growth, your peers are doing way better than you, people are getting their houses, getting married, getting their cars, getting better salaries, and you're still where you were, a couple of months ago. What do? First of all, just because you haven't achieved what you want to achieve yet does not in any way mean you have failed. Let that sink in, okay? Just because you haven't gotten your dream car yet, just because you haven't gotten married, just because you haven't, gotten the amount of followers you need or you want, or the type of brand you want to work with, does not mean you have failed, and does not mean you will still not achieve it. Failure is actually when you give up. As long as you keep trying, as long as you keep putting in the work, as long as you keep believing in yourself and your dreams, you're going to get it. Let that sink in. The question now becomes, what do you do when this feeling actually happens? Number one, gratitude. I'm going to put a video of Jackie Aina on the screen, just a snippet. You can go ahead and watch the full video on her own page.
In every stage of life, if you're not somewhat happy and grateful for like what you have at that moment, when you get to the next thing, it's not gonna be good enough.
Gratitude is very important in your journey to success. It's very easy to get carried away with where you're going, that you forget where you are and where you've come from. And it's very important that you remember. You have to keep reminding yourself, and you have to be grateful for it, because it's going to help you appreciate where you are and help you move forward. I know it sounds impractical. CJ, this is not making sense. But the truth is, most times the reason why you feel that way is because you haven't taken time out to actually look back at where you're coming from and appreciate where you are now. If you've been working and putting in the work, there is no how things haven't been happening in your life. Is it as fast as you want it to be? Maybe not. But is it happening? It is. And it's very important that you appreciate where you are now, because when you do that, it gives you a sense of fulfillment. It gives you a sense of contentment that, hey, the fact that I took myself from point A to point B and I'm here in point B makes me certain that I'm going to get to point C, point D, point E, point F. I'm going to get to the final bus stop of where I want to be. And of course, in life, there's literally no final bus stop, because we all keep wanting and wanting something till the day we leave this earth and go and meet our Heavenly Father. But it never stops. The grind doesn't stop. And it's just really important to practice gratitude, because gratitude helps you appreciate where you are, and it helps you see how far you've come. And it just reminds you that if I could come from that place to this place, I'm gonna get to that place I am going. Do you understand? I do want to say, practice gratitude. It's very important. It has helped me. I write down the things I'm grateful for. I write it down in a paper, in a book, in a journal, or I write it down in my notes, depending on how I feel. I practice gratitude as much as I can. I do have this feeling sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, my life sucks. Look at her, look at she, look at her, look at she. Which brings me to my next point. Stop comparing yourself. I know, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's actually the truth. Stop the comparison. I want you to know that timing is very, very, very different. Your timeline and her timeline, your timeline and his timeline, two different things. Everybody has a timeline. Yes, your goals might be similar, but your paths are very, very different. And you guys even have a different playing field. You guys have a different level of support. It's just not fair to compare yourself. It's just not fair to you. Really, it's really not fair. Timing is different. Always tell yourself this. Really tell yourself this. Whenever you start to say, look at what she's doing, look at what he's doing, look at this person, look at this person, remind yourself immediately that, hey, this person's time is different. My time is different. My time is coming, and it's going to happen for me too. Just because it's not happening now does not mean it will not happen to me. And secondly, this person has a different playing field from mine. This person's path is different from mine. Tell yourself this whenever that stupid feeling, because that's what I'm going to call it, is a very stupid feeling of comparison comes into your brain. Remind yourself that you guys have two different paths. You guys are on two separate journeys. So it is impossible for what is happening to that person to apply to you. If not, what makes your story original? Thirdly, if you've been feeling stagnant and you feel like you're not experiencing any growth, it is important for you to review your work ethic and your work method or process. What do I mean by this? So let me use myself as an example. I am a creator. I create content on YouTube, and probably, let's say I have been creating videos in a particular way for probably the last 1 year, and it has not gathered any views. People don't like it. People are not engaging with it, and it's just not doing well. I feel like it's okay for you to say, okay, maybe I should try filming in a different way. I'm not telling you to go away from your path or abandon your goals. No. But who said that there's only one way to success? Who said there's only one way to achieving your goals? Still using myself as an example. So if I see that this type of content has not been working for months and months and months, I can decide to switch it up. I can say, okay, let me film it in a different way. Let me try telling the story in a different way just to know if it will attract the right audience, right? The reason why I'm saying this is because there's a thin line between a feeling and your reality. So you might actually be feeling left behind, like nothing is happening in your life, but when you go through stage one, like the first solution and the second solution, you see that, oh no, things are actually happening in my life. But you can also get to the point where you're like, oh no, actually I haven't really experienced any growth. It's no longer a feeling. I am actually not moving forward. This way is not working. If you see that that is actually the case, you should try a different way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I said, who said that there's only one way to winning? Who said that there's only one way to achieving your goals? Literally nobody. And this can mean different things to different people. It can be networking, it can be improving your skills, whatever the case may be. You can switch up your method, you can switch up your way a little bit. That way you can see if the method is the problem or it's not yet your time. I really don't want this video to be long. I just really wanted to pass across this message. You are not behind, okay? Yes, social media might make it look like you are, but you are not. Nobody posts their failures. Nobody posts their setbacks. Nobody will ever post their challenges, okay? Maybe creators can sometimes, but nobody will post that slow growth that you think only you is experiencing. Everybody is going to post the happy times, and I mean, it's not like it's fake, it's just how it is, okay? So don't let the world, don't let social media make you think that you are not growing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, share the video with your friends, leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll really love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. My handle is on the screen. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Until I see you in my next video, bye.